The commutative property of multiplication tells us that the order in which numbers are multiplied does not affect the product. So, A times B has the same answer as B times A. You can multiply two numbers in any order and the result will be the same. Let's look at an example of this using baskets of apples. So if I have 3 baskets of 4 apples each, I'm going to draw 4 little apples or 4 little circles to represent my apples in each of my 3 baskets. So in this case, I've got 3 baskets of 4 apples each. And the commutative property of multiplication tells us that that is equal to having 4 baskets of 3 apples each. So if in each of these 4 baskets I had 3 apples, I am going to come up with the same number of apples in each group. Here I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And so that's 3 baskets of 4 apples each. But in this case where I have 4 baskets of 3 apples each, again I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in both cases I have 12 apples. Looking at this using multiplication, I would say in this case that this is 4 times 3 because I have 4 apples in 3 groups or 3 baskets. And that is equal to, in this case, I would say I have 3 apples per basket, so 3 times 4 groups. So 3 times 4 in this setup. But the whole idea of the commutative property of multiplication tells us that whether we do 4 times 3 or switch them and do 3 times 4, the product, the answer, is the same. Let's look at another example of the commutative property of multiplication, looking at rectangles. So if I have a rectangle that is 2 blocks wide and 5 blocks high, it is going to contain the same number of blocks as a rectangle that is 5 blocks wide and 2 blocks high. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks in my 2 by 5 rectangle. And in this case, in my 5 by 2 rectangle, let's count the number of blocks. We should also have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can see that 2 times 5, in this case, here equals 10. A 2 block rectangle by a 5 block rectangle contains 10 blocks. And a 5 by 2 rectangle, or 5 times 2, also equals 10. So 2 times 5 equals 10, and 5 times 2 equals 10. So we can say that 2 times 5 is the same as, or is equal to, 5 times 2. And that's the commutative property of multiplication.